Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Soul Shit Show. I'm Teresah, Lynn, and I'm with Tiffany T. And our show is about helping people, letting them see their infinite, amazing, beautiful self, and about raising our vibration energy, having fun together, meeting new people, answering any questions you can, maybe through numerology or card reading. And my background, a little bit about me, is I'm a soul coach, and my new launch soon is the Imprint program, and that is to help people find their life purpose, what their unique imprint that they'd like to leave behind on this wonderful, beautiful, freaking fantastic planet. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. And how about you, Tiffany? Would you like to add anything?
Yes, I'm Tiffany T, and my purpose in life is to help people wake up to their human potential and just discover what an infinite conscious being they are. And I'm so grateful to have teamed up with Teresah. We have tons of fun doing this and just want to help everybody. So, okay, so do you want to start with a funny video? Yes?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I started watching some today, even though I was really busy. I started watching a couple of elevator prank. Oh, they're funny. Not laugh out loud funny, but yeah, interesting. Anyways, Go ahead. Yeah. Show me.
So I filmed this when I was at the park taking Kona for a walk, the dog, the other day, and it was hilarious. It was, here, I'll just type it in.
So you're going to do a screen share?
I am. There we go.
This is today?
The other day. I call it Dog Doesn't Want to Go Home.
That's your dog or somebody else's?
It was somebody else's dog, a stranger's dog. Yeah. Did you see the one of Dino and I in the car when he's like, I was passed out?
Yeah.
Did you see the ones that I made last week about my affirmations and my purpose?
Yeah, they're hilarious.
Okay.
Where did you use that? She has this video. I'll just explain to the audience. She has some software that you're using. It totally distorts your head and makes you look like an alien with monster eyes. Just trying to tiny little voice. Yeah, it was really entertaining.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna play it really quick. It's funny. Like, oh, I forgot what it's called. Oh, yeah. Masked. No, not masked. I'll have to look at my phone really quick.
Yeah. So what were you using, Tiffany?
I'm looking right now. Hang on. It's called Bendy Booth.
Oh. Is that an app on the phone?
Yes, it is. They have a lot of good ones now. They have MSQRD where you can wear masks. I did a Facebook Live one where I was an avatar. So it was really cool because in general, I don't like doing that. So I was able to have a mask on and still talk.
Well, where's your video?
They're all on YouTube, on my YouTube channel.
No, we're going to watch one right now.
Oh, which one?
That one you just had on the screen.
Oh, okay. The purpose one?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Let's see.
Or whatever one you want to show.
This one? Is that the one?
Yeah. So until people start asking us questions, we're going to watch Tiffany with the Bendy Booth distortion software. Go for it. Push play. Oh, I can't hear. Hang on.
You know, it's funny because...
Oh, well, do I push play myself?
No, I pushed it
Hang
already.
on. Well, I pushed it again. There we go.
Oh. What's my purpose in life? My purpose is to inspire and empower people all around the world to live their human potential and become aware of the infinite conscious being that they truly are. That's it.
Well, it was funny because like I'm talking about something pretty serious, and with it being so silly and funny, it just makes it ironic.
Yeah.
Then there's this one. You can press play because it seems like on your end. Can you see when it comes up?
Yeah. It's loading right now. Okay, I'll push play.
I am confident, I am driven, I am inspired. I trust and follow my intuition and allow my higher self to guide me. I make the right decisions and I act at the right time with love and compassion for all. I live my life on purpose in perfect harmony and complete balance with the universe.
Okay then.
Definitely good. And I impact this world in a positive, loving way.
It's definitely good. Cute.
So yeah. Now with you being what would you say, okay, as an 11, like since you're a number 11, what's the most like, I'm trying to figure out people's silliness traits as numbers in numerology.
Like, interesting.
Yeah, I thought that would be really fun.
That's cool. Okay, so if my trait is...
Your traits are like intuitive, you're really creative, illuminator,
yeah,
like a spiritual messenger, really bright.
Service to others, my innovative creativity and service to others was kind of like the general gist of what my mastery number is. So I get, it's funny because innovative, and I use the same kind of humor every day. It's not very innovative. It's just being stupid. So I don't know. Do you have any insight into what my number and my silliness have in common?
That's what I'm trying to study right now. So I'm just trying to like broaden my perspective on numerology since I've been studying it for 16 years, but I never really broke down the silliness aspect. And I think that's like so much fun. I've only known 2 11s. You're the second one I've met. Because 11s are the master numbers. So they're 11s, 22s, and 33s are considered master numbers. But I think like the other 11 that I did know that was probably pretty similar to you. She was just silly and she cussed a lot and she just had this like nervous energy about her all the time. And so she just cracked jokes, like jokes that didn't even make sense sometimes.
So we can't air my video here, right? That one?
Oh, damn. I wish we could. That would be so much fun. That one was like 11s are really insightful. Like they're revolutionary. And some of the stuff that they come up with is just like, I just like crack up. I'm like watching your video the other night. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like priceless.
Do you know what's really stupid? Because I'm watching it. I probably watched it about 5 times myself. And I'm seriously in tears laughing at myself. I mean, like, that was so interesting because, I can act silly with my roommate. I just goof around and we're in tears together. But to actually watch yourself and crack up laughing at yourself.
I know.
That was quite an
I like how you're like,
anyway, yeah.
Hang on one second. I'm going to close this door because I can hear people talking. 1 second.
Oh, it's just me. Oh, come back here, quick. I'm all alone. Yeah. Anyway, so.
Okay, sorry. I don't usually film from down here. So, and I'm like down at the business center. Can you see it? It's pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, I have seen it. This is in your condo?
Yeah, in the complex. There's 3 business centers. There's 3 pools. There's a theater. There's a game room. I should host from the game room.
You have access to all of this?
Yeah. And then even the gym has like a rock wall. I love it. Like for climbing.
Oh my God. That's awesome. I can hear myself through your computer. The echo.
I can hear you fine. I don't hear an echo.
Yeah. Oh, it's gone now. Okay.
So I had a couple people that were scheduled to come on tonight. However, I got a text message from one, and she said that she's stuck in traffic. Love LA. And the other one should be coming on shortly. So.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
So did you have anything during the week for yourself that you wanted any clarity or insights to?
Absolutely. You know, my birthday's coming up, and I'm going to be 34 on Monday. And I feel, not that I feel so old or anything, because it's still young. I mean, I think 60 is young. So, but it would be nice to know, kind of like, I don't know, just the energies that are surrounding my life right now, I guess.
Okay. Like in this last week? Or the last day?
Or like the next, like, I don't know, maybe I should make it a more general question. Like, so, and then plus I'm going to the mountains to, you know, kind of just be away from technology. There's no cell phone reception, no internet, no nothing. And it's my favorite place in the whole world to go. And then I'm going to be with my mom. And so I love my mom dearly, but I'm sure, you know, the mother-daughter relationship when we're together for a long period of time, sometimes it's challenging. We challenge each other, but I don't know. It would just be nice to maybe know what to expect, or like just the energies surrounding my next week or my trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the Soul Journey card deck, and it's a life coaching system, and there's different topics, 52 different topics, just for personal insights and awareness and personal growth. So I just kind of, because I've blessed them with the energy of going home, which means for me, you know, absolutely the top God, divine energy available, a place of absolute love and expansion and joy and fulfillment. And so blessing my cards with that energy, I just kind of feel which card feels like the one that wants to come out, and it's this one. So this card I picked out is called the Faith card.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So do you have anything that instantly comes up for you when you just from the word before I read the card?
Well, for not pertaining to what my question is, but I've read that card before, and I think it's having faith in the journey that's unseen. That's just kind of what I feel. Faith in the process. And
right,
I'm sorry,
so maybe,
I just want to say hi to Bruce. Hi, Bruce. How are you doing?
Hey, Bruce.
Good to have you. Okay, go ahead.
No, that's great. Yeah, so instead of just trying to, you know, think about how it's going to go or how it might go, just staying in the energy of the unknown and the surprises.
Yeah, and to really like trust in that too, like trust in the process, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, what could go wrong out in the bush?
Right. Bruce, did you want to come on? It's so good to have you with us. Nice to see you, as always.
Is that the Bruce that was been on the show before? Is that the same Bruce?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't think, Bruce, did you ask a question last time? I'm not sure if you did.
Yeah, he did. Oh, not last time, the time before, like the first time I met him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, he didn't come on the show a second time. He was on the gratitude show. Tiffany also has a gratitude show and event show. They're awesome.
Thanks. Hey, Bruce, how are you?
Adam is awesome.
Hey guys,
Bruce.
How you doing?
How's the business planning going? Good. How are you?
Things are going okay. I'm actually at work, as you can see.
Oh.
And let me show you here. This is,
Yeah,
we're doing construction. So look at that banner where it says, pardon our dust, we're making room, or as we make room for life change. Whoops.
Oh, I love that.
That's pretty cool. Hang on for a second. I just lost you guys. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's the hallway down at the other end.
Cool.
So
Nice to
big,
see your work.
yeah, big, huge church.
Cool. So what's going on in life right now? Like, do you have anything you want to ask Teresah or?
Let's see. What can I ask? I remember her bringing I asked something, and she pulled up a card, and I remember her. One of the things was an accountability partner, which would have been you, which is you.
Yeah.
I just haven't really done anything yet. I'm procrastinating, bad thing of mine. I have to learn to be
You got a job now, like
non-procrastinator.
you're doing stuff in the world. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, well, you know how that's life. Some of us are like that. Have a good night.
So did you just want more?
Have you ever had?
I'm sorry.
Have you ever had those moments, Tiffany, or Bruce, where you procrastinate? Because I procrastinate, but I like procrastinating. Because sometimes when I do, it's like, oh my God, the timing works out so much better than had I try to make myself do what I'm, you know? There's like time after time. Again, when I procrastinate and I wait for the right time, where I actually feel like doing it, it turns out way better.
I think me procrastinating is a self-destructive thing because sometimes I think I'm afraid of succeeding. I don't know. Sometimes I might be afraid of being a success and what that might mean. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's people out there that are afraid that if they succeed, something's gonna change. Or, well, I want stuff to change, definitely for the positive, but I think sometimes I self-destruct myself. That's what I think.
That's a good point. I've heard that so much from people, and it is a real thing.
Yeah.
Teresah, going back to what you said, I was like, I procrastinate so much too, but it always works out because I work really well under pressure.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. You know what? I think I don't know if I work well under pressure. If I plan it out, it tends to work pretty good. I don't like being under pressure. I don't like having to be forced to hurry up and get it done.
Yeah.
It's either I don't like to be rushed. If I'm gonna do it, I want to take my time and do it the right way the first time, and not have to do it a second or a third time.
I found too sometimes
I learned that
when I'm about to approach something, I'm getting feedback.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah,
I'm gonna try.
Oh, am I giving?
No, I think it's Teresah's gonna refresh. So what could we do to get you to where you want to be? Happy or content? I know you already.
I'm pretty content, but I would see. My thing is, I want to be able to visit my grandkids. My grandkids are not here, and they're on the East Coast, and they're in Chicago. And I want to be able to just, when I want to go, I want to be able to go. I don't want to have to sit there and think, oh, where am I going to get the money? I'm going to have to save up the money to do this. I want to be able to get to a point where my finances, where I can make sure all my bills are paid, because right now it's not good. But I want to get to a point where I don't have to think about that. I can just go ahead and pay them. If I need to go somewhere, I can get on a plane and go. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have to be filthy, stinking rich. I don't have to have $1 billion, but I just want to be able to help people if I can help, if I can help. And it doesn't always have to be financial. As a matter of fact, I had a young woman who child is in the program that I do during the school year, and she texted me and told me that her that her ex-husband passed away and her kids are devastated. And she asked me if I would look up a scripture for her for comfort. So, I did that. It's just stuff like that that people ask me to do. And, I don't have no problem doing, but if it had to be like financial or something, I want to be able to help them, if they need a place to stay. I want to be able to help them get a place to stay or do things like that.
I'm putting up my hand.
Yes.
So Bruce, when I'm be back again. I don't know how to stop that from happening.
Here, let me refresh. You go ahead, Teresa. I'll refresh. Okay.
It's probably me.
I'll see. It's Tiffany. Yeah. Nope. I can still hear myself. Are you? Can you?
Okay.
Hear me? Yeah.
Okay.
Are you hearing an echo?
No.
Okay, I'll keep talking then. So I can hear it on my side. So anyway, sometimes like, when I'm about to do a workshop, and all of a sudden I feel this great resistance to going. It's like, oh, I really, even though I've been excited and I wanted to do this, and all of a sudden I feel this great resistance to going, I will use my card deck, or I'll talk to, a psychologist friend of mine, and I'll figure out what it is, that one thing. It's usually just one small thing that needs shifting, and all of a sudden I'm back into action and I'm excited to go. So do you want to use the cards with me to figure out what that one thing is about success that you want to feel?
Hang on for a second. Steps. So it's going to be noisy. Hang on. Have a good night, folks. Sorry. That was a bunch of noise. I'm sorry. Now, what did you ask me?
Do you want to use my card deck to figure out what that one thing is about success that you feel resistance about going towards?
Go for it.
Okay. All right, Bruce. Here's the angels. And all I can hear is my own echo. Can you hear my echo, Tiffany?
Yes.
Okay. I won't do a lot of talking. I'll just pick a card. Expansion.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Interesting.
How so, Bruce?
Expanding horizons, just expanding outward, taking risks on exploring other avenues.
Mm-hmm.
That's expanding out.
Okay, so what's that one thing that you thought that you have in your mind that you feel afraid that will change, that you can't handle? What's the one thing
that I feel can change?
The thing that you think was going to change that you think you have a hard time with, or you can't handle it? What specific thing about it?
I think finances. I think is just. I just think that it's scary to have more cash than what I know what to do with.
Why?
I think it's why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd be afraid that I'm not going to know how to handle it properly, and misappropriate where it needs to go.
Do you think you'll blow it?
Because I've never been really good with money. I mean, I pay the things that need to be paid, but I think I've been running so tight with money, with getting this done, that done, and then some stuff doesn't get done, and then bad things happen, and that kind of stuff. So I think that I just get a little nervous about that, because I'm going to have the money, but I'm just afraid that,
So I'll frame it then, Bruce, that you're afraid, the situation is you're afraid of success, you're feeling nervous about it. You have a need for what? A financial planner, a need for, what would be your need?
Just financial. My need is to just be financially secure and not have to worry about stuff. That's my need. That's my main need, is to be able to help others. I'm one of those kind of people. I did a test for spiritual gifts, and I think I told you this before. And you know, one of them is caring, and you know, that kind of stuff. So you know, and that's the other thing. I think I'm afraid that I might want to give too much and end up hurting myself again. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So interesting, because then all the echoes drive me crazy. The expansion card talks about you are finally ready to walk through this doorway. And you might have tried in the past, but now the card expansion says you absolutely are ready. All the divine energies in alignment to do this. It's going to be incredibly wonderful and joyful once you start. And all you have to do, Bruce, is take action. So after your need is to be financially secure, you have to take one action. And what will that action be?
I just have to get with the program and get busy. That's basically it.
Yeah, but what specific thing can you do tomorrow?
What specific thing can I do tomorrow?
Just one thing that you find joyful and easy to do.
Oh, well, you know what? And I like to run my mouth. I think my phone's gonna die because I got like 1% left. I'm gonna have to find me an outlet somewhere.
Okay.
Hang on for a second.
Hey, Teresa, I was going to say, do you have a headphone set?
I'll try it.
Because that might be the problem.
Okay, I'll get it.
And hi, Jonathan. Thank you for joining us. It's nice to have you. We were just speaking with Bruce about his fear of success and trying to work through that with him. How are you tonight? Yes, we've been having technical difficulties a little bit, but that's okay. Challenges and obstacles, overcoming.
Somewhere I have a headphone set.
I was like, I think I can hear you coming back.
The one day I can't find it, right?
Mm-hmm. Have you heard of this? What is it?
I can't
remember what it's called. Something on YouTube. Spirit Science, I guess. Have you heard of that channel? Spirit Science.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's really, really good.
What is it, a YouTube video or a program, or what is it?
Yes, it's a channel. And they just have really awesome little like tidbits here and there. It's more of a it's more of a, I don't know. You should just check it out because it's really cool. So it goes into like the metaphysical aspects of the world. It even goes into like crystals and chakras and like, but vibrating at different levels and like frequencies and all this stuff. It's really cool. I was trying to find a really short video to play, but
do you know?
Yeah, when you get a chance, you should check it out.
At Bob Baker Mazda, we're committed to putting you in.
What's that?
What did you say, Teresa?
Have you heard? Do you know anything about archangels?
I do.
Do you know anything about the archangel metronome or metrodome or what?
It's Metatron.
Metatron, yeah. Do you know anything about that? Because in my
Metatron is. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Because in my meditation class, the one I missed, our meditation facilitator said he was channeling Metatron. And he was like incredibly thrilled that we were meditating and reaching those high frequencies and doing such incredible work at our meditation class. And he came to thank us with all the stuff that's going on in the world, just to come and thank us for all the work that we're doing.
That's really cool. That is really cool. Okay, watch. I do. Watch this.
Okay.
What
happened to Bruce, by the way?
His cell phone battery died. Can you hear it?
Oh, so wait till it starts. Nope. When I push play myself, I can hear it. I don't know why.
Archangel Metatron.
There.
Metatron is one of the 2 archangels whose name does not end in the EL suffix, which means of God. The meaning of his name is little or lesser Yahweh, which is YHWH, which are the Hebrew letters that stand for God. Metatron is said to be the prophet Enoch, who belonged to the 7th generation after Adam, who was Noah's great-great-grandfather. It was also said that when Enoch walked with God at 365 years old, he was no more because God had taken him away.
Wow.
In the Zohar, the mystical Judaic book, Metatron is described as the highest archangel, esteemed more than any other of God's host. It is said that Metatron rules over all living things below and the living things above, and is the mediator between heaven and earth. Metatron is associated with the Merkabah, which is described in the Torah's Ezekiel as the chariot of God that leads us towards our spiritual path. The chariot itself is made of angels. Seraphim power the vehicle with their flashes of light. The Merkabah is said to be the Sephirah tree of the life in the Kabbalah. Metatron's cube, or the flower of life, is associated with sacred geometry and now depicted as a compilation of the Platonic solids. Metatron uses his cube for healing and clearing away lower energies. The cube spins clockwise and uses force to push away unwanted energy. You can call on Metatron and his healing cube to clear any negative energy away. If you or your children need adjusting to socialization in school, work, home, call on Archangel Metatron. Metatron teaches esoteric wisdom to highly sensitive children and adults. In addition, if you feel drawn to helping children in this life, know that Metatron will be there to guide you onto your true life's purpose.
Interesting.
Yeah, so my understanding of Metatron is he's kind of like the mediator between the realms of, I don't like to say heaven and hell because I don't really believe in hell or that. I just think there's other dimensions and realms, but and he's more of like an earthly type being because he was like reincarnated. But I don't know, it's really interesting. So you're going through a course right now that's teaching about the archangels?
No, it's just through the meditation, our meditation guide. He was getting messages from him.
Oh, from channeling.
Well, he could hear, that he was, that archangel was communicating with him.
Awesome. Yeah. Michael's my favorite archangel. He's like the most powerful one, and he's my favorite because he helps humans with their purpose in life. Of course, go figure.
Where's the history of archangels come from? Like, how do people know this?
From channeling. And
From
I don't know
channeling?
I don't know like how far back it goes or how it all started or whatnot, but
That'd be interesting to find
supposedly
out.
there's like, I mean, and everybody has the ability to do this, but at the same time, hi Brian, thank you for joining us. It's nice to have you. At the same time, you know, there's just so many realms and so many dimensions that it's all, there's no proof really. I mean, according to what I know, there's no proof. Humans are the only proof that there is. Unless, I mean, it has to be like physically seen or experienced or whatnot. So, because it's, you know, everybody can make up stories, everybody can say stuff and whatever, but unless you like experience it yourself, like for example, with me being able to communicate with angels, and just to know that like I've had that personal experience. I have it on a daily basis. Sometimes I get tapping in my ear all day, every day. Like it's very, very real. like I said to you a long time ago, I thought that I was going to have to check myself into like a mental asylum because I was literally going crazy. Like what the hell is going on? Like, so for me, I know it's real and I know what I know because I'm experiencing it. So other people may hear my story and be like, no, she's full of shit, you know? So I guess there's no substantial, tangible evidence, I guess. It's just hearsay, but I don't know. That would be a good thing to look into.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to write that down on my notes for research. Now I love researching.
Right? Information junkie. So when you get this tapping in your ear, because I get a ticking, sometimes I get like it sounds like a wristwatch ticking in my right ear.
Well, it's different for everyone, and it usually happens in the right ear. I get it in both ears, and it started in my left ear. So that's why I thought I was like going, and this is before I even knew any of this stuff about angels or whatnot. But supposedly when I was doing my research, and it happened like right when I got back from Nashville, like right after I met Dino, which was weird, just last November, and it was like a tap, like just it felt like somebody was like tapping on the inside of my eardrum, like really lightly, and then sometimes it would be like da 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 da. So I started to like learn Morse code because I was like, okay, something's going on. I went to the doctor, I got checked out, nothing was wrong with me physically. So I'm like, okay, no, I'm good. And then so I started doing my research, and they say it's a form of your angels trying to get a message across to you because you're either going through a huge life transformation, you're figuring out your purpose, or you're having an awakening of some sort. So this is just right around the time where I was figuring out my purpose. And I had literally, it was the end of the year. I had just learned so much. Like last year was probably one of the most important milestones of my whole entire life. And I had recovered from so much. I did the healing process. I was single for forever. Like I didn't date because I just had to focus on myself and getting myself right first before I could even think about anybody else. And yeah, it's happened. And, you know, you say all about timing, and it happened at just the most perfect time because it was right when everything was falling into place. And I was going through literally an awakening. And so that interested me because it was true. It was accurate. And the doctor said nothing was wrong. So I'm like, okay. So I started researching it more and just diving deeper. And I consulted with experts that I was always interested in like the medium field, but I don't like communicate with spirits or anything like that. And I really didn't believe it at first when I could communicate with angels. And it wasn't until I started practicing cards again. That's how I came across your deck. That because I used to do that when I was 16. And it wasn't until I started doing that and asking questions, and then go figure, I'm able to do it really, really well. And I'm able to use that divination to communicate with my angels really well. So after about 3 months of doing it every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, sometimes I wouldn't even be able to sleep. Like I just stay up, like asking questions and communicating with them all night. And it was really cool. It was a really cool process. And now I don't really have to use cards as much. And I don't get my tapping as much anymore because I've learned how to communicate with them already. So before, what I think it was like they're like trying to wake me up and be like, hey, we're here. So now that I'm to that stage, it's a little bit more easier, because I'd be out in public and that is so embarrassing. Like when you're out in public and I'm like Dino knows right away. He's like, are the angels talking to you? Like, yeah.
Yeah, quiet down.
Yeah, and I can't turn it off. So it's like, what do you want?
Is Bruce trying to get back on the show?
No, he hasn't tried yet. I was looking at my phone to see if he's texted too, but.
So what do you think about that process of what I was talking about? Because sometimes, like I say, when I'm about to do something and I'm really looking forward to it, and then the last minute I'm just like, I have such incredible resistance, whether it be procrastination or whatever, and it's usually just one small thing that needs to be thought of or looked at or something, and then it just shifts the energy totally. And because I kind of like that idea, and I have to remind myself to do it as well. It's just like, find that one action step. If you know, after you have the awareness of what you need, to find that one action step that's gonna be easy and joyful, because there's always something, even in things that you don't want to do, like finding the one thing in it that's joyful and happy, and then it's easier to walk towards something that you want to do. If you just kind of shift it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how I've learned to kind of master the law of attraction too, which is really crazy, because I think if you see the blessing in everything, every situation, like this morning I woke up and Kona shit all over the hall. Like, I mean, thank God there's hardwood floors, and it's just like waking up to that. And I'm like, this fucking dog, like, excuse my language. And like, it was just like, at the end of the day, like, if I'm like sitting there, okay, yeah, I don't want to wake up and clean crap from like first thing in the morning, but at least it wasn't carpet, and at least like it wasn't runny, or like just finding like finding
the joy. If you got whatever you got to do to find the joy.
Right. And then, like, because when you're in that frustration element, it's like, it's kind of hard, like I literally have to take a step back sometimes and just breathe and be like, okay, I can't fake myself out. And I just have to laugh, like literally just be silly and goofy and just be like, at least something, it could always be worse.
Yeah. And it's kind of like that moment, even like just allowing it to just be another thing of just letting it go, like, okay. What is it that's going to shift our energy? Are we going to let something shift our energy lower than what it already is?
Yeah.
We have that choice every time.
We do have that choice.
Pain, whether you're in emotional turmoil, whether you got dog poop on the floor.
Yeah. And, a lot of humans, they're, I like to use the phrase asleep, consciously asleep. And I like to remind everybody and kind of be in your face and be like, look, we all have the same choice. We do. At the end of the day, we can't control situations, places, people, things, but we can control ourselves, and we have the decision to choose how to react to things, take responsibility. And like, that's why I really can't find sympathy in victim mentality, blaming or whatnot, because really at the end of the day, it is whatever is going on in your life, you've created it somehow, some way, and you need to take responsibility and ownership for it, because then you're not going to move on until that happens. Acceptance, is the key. So
acceptance and accountability are so empowering. Hey?
It is, huh? Yeah.
That's kind of one of the biggest things, because I kind of grew up in a more of the victim mentality, family or generation or society, and coming out of that onto the other side is like, oh wow, it's so empowering. It's like I can create whatever I want, and I don't need to let it attack me.
Yeah.
That's
exciting. I have this family member who I'm not going to name names, but they'll know who I'm talking about, but who gets so pissed off over the littlest things, like even when we're in the car driving and someone like gets in front of them, not even cutting them off, just like gets in front of them, and they're like, fuck, like I'm like, whoa, like I can't ride in the car with this person, because it literally gives me anxiety, because they're like every single person, it is irritating them, and I'm like, what's really going on? Like, what are you really upset about? So it's funny.
I find that for myself, and from my own history and from other people I know that way as well, is that it's usually masking the big things that they're pissed off about. So they
yeah, for sure.
all these little things.
Yeah. I call it leaking.
Leaking,
They leak
yes.
everywhere. I know when I leak everywhere, I'm like, okay. And luckily I'm aware enough. And that's why I love, figuring out, learning about myself, because self-awareness, I believe, is the most important aspect in every single area. Because once you have that clear, then you can do anything. And being able to like catch yourself, like this week, I was just a little bit off balance because there's so much going on, and we're leaving for 4 days and like all this stuff. And then I was like leaking all over Dino, and he's just like looking at me like, who are you? Like, what happened? And I'm like, you know what? I had to like stop and be like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's me. Like, I've got issues going on because I think I need to meditate more or something. Like, I need to get centered, and like this stuff shouldn't be freaking me out. And that's what he was saying. He's like, you don't get like this ever. Like, are you okay? And that's why I'm like, wow, I'm leaking. Okay, what's really the root of the problem here? Because it's not you, and it's not everything outside. It's on the inside,
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting today. I had an appointment with I'm doing a business plan, and the person that's ahead of the program, she reviewed it. And so I had an appointment with her today. And then after my appointment, I just went, oh my God, I am so blessed for what I'm attracting. I mean, here's this woman. She's lovely and encouraging and positive and inspiring and genuinely a great woman. Just her energy that she gives off. And I thought, that is so different from the type of individuals I would have met 10 years ago. They would have been critical and judging. So that to me just showed me how much my inner self has changed, because I'm attracting people that aren't on me and judging me and lowering my self-worth. So my self-worth is at a level where I can see it being reflected in the people around me. And I was like, wow, I've come a long way. And that was pretty exciting. So that could be
like exciting.
Yeah.
You should come share that on the gratitude show.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. That was one of those moments where it's like, that was awesome. Have you ever been so amazed and grateful for gratitude?
Yes.
I was like, that's a couple of years ago. I was just like, oh my God, I'm so grateful that I can feel gratitude. And now, because I've never been a very grateful person.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's, that you've like got it and you understand the concept behind gratitude when you're grateful for gratitude.
Exactly. It's like when
it sounds like so like dorky or ironic or an oxymoron, but like really, like, if you can be grateful.
Tiffany's with Tiffany's, right?
Yeah.
And it was another thing too, because I was raised an atheist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up, with this just real negative attitude towards anybody that was religious or spiritual. And then when I had this big spiritual awakening, 10, 12 years ago, I guess, or something like that, I met this woman at a conference, and she's always been spiritual, and she was raised spiritual, and she's had all these out-of-body experiences, and angels visit her, and she's always, since she was a little girl, been connected that way. And I was just like, wow, can you imagine living that a life like that compared to my own childhood, or my own young self, I should say. And she goes, because I was sharing my transformation experience, because it was still pretty new for me back then. And I was just telling her about my gratitude. And I says, some days I just fall on my knees in such deep gratitude. Like I just well up with tears. I'm just so happy. And she goes, oh my God. She goes, I think I'd rather trade places with you. She could just feel like, she goes, I've always taken it for granted. She goes, I don't have appreciation for it. It's like having an appreciation for walking when you can, and you always have, and you don't think anything of it, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. Wishing we're somebody else, but when you realize that, you're the best you could possibly be.
Yeah,
And
and
you
I think,
couldn't
like,
have a better life being anyone else. You couldn't possibly have a better life being anybody else. Like, it's impossible.
you're like, the grass is always greener on the other side, and really it's not. And like, that's what's so cool about really figuring yourself out and understanding what an amazing person everybody is. Everybody has it in them. I don't even care if you murdered somebody. You still have that in you. We're all born with it. And developing that, it's like, when I think it's really selfish to not shine your light, because the world needs people to be genuine and authentic like that. They need people to be themselves. I mean, the world needs people to be themselves. So when we like hide that, or when we're not receptive to it, I think like the world gets shortchanged, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that makes sense. It's kind of a deep concept, but
No,
could you imagine if we were all like living in a world where everybody was living on purpose and doing what they absolutely love in life, and just so happy and so content and in surety that they are who they are and they love it. And
I know, it's exciting to even think of possibilities, because that's why I want to be the imprint coach. It's just like, I mean, 87% of people are not emotionally engaged in their work. That's a huge number. That's a huge mass of people.
Yeah, and it affects the whole planet. I mean, all of our vibrations are connected. And, you know, they did that study, I don't know if I told you this before, in New York, where all these people came from all over the world, and they were like a meditation group, and they were trying to raise the frequency of Brooklyn, or I think it was Brooklyn or Queens, I don't remember. And they meditated there for 3 days, and it was right before Christmas. And they're meditating on getting the crime rate down. So that was what they were trying to accomplish. And the people in the city were like, no, you guys are crazy. That's never going to happen, especially around Christmas, because people are constantly stealing and, like, you know, breaking the law and doing bad things. And they're like, no, we'll just give us a chance. So they all flew out, and they took 4-hour turns. So they had all these like shifts going. So no matter what, people were meditating and constantly thinking about lowering the crime rate. And after 3 days of, you know, 4 hours each shift, because like people had to take a break to go to the bathroom and eat and all that stuff. Well, a lot of them didn't eat because they were fasting. But the crime rate, they estimated it would be lowered by like 9 or 7%, and it was like 17. Like, it was unheard of. And then people at that time like started to look more into higher vibrations and conscious awareness. Like, okay, wow, if you can do that, what else could we do? And that's just something on a small scale. Lowering the crime rate in a city, you know. You have so many people, and they don't even have to be gathered together in the same area. They're just focusing on the same thing and doing it. I mean, there's lots of forms of meditation, so whatever works for you. But like, I like, okay, that's what I like totally fantasize about. I know I'm a super dork like that, but I'm like, I think about like how great the world could be constantly. I believe it has the potential to.
I agree. That's what I think about it all the time. I feel like my life, part of my definitely my life purpose, being the 11th path, is having such huge vision, right, and create a vision for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I know like people like you and me, we've been through so much in life, and we've overcome so much that this wasn't all for nothing, you know. And to just waste it, it's just such a heartbreak. So.
Oh, I know. I couldn't imagine, you know, reaching my deathbed and not having fulfilled my purpose. That'd be a tough one. It's like, oh God, that was a waste. I'll try again.
Right, now I'm gonna do it over.
What's that?
You're like, now I'm gonna have to do it over.
Yeah, I'll do it over again. Yeah. Oh wow. So, should we close out of our show and push the stop record button?
Absolutely. Do you want to close this out, or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, this has been an interesting night for Soul Search, and thank you, Teresah, and thank you everybody for tuning in. And we really appreciate you watching, and we wish you a great weekend and week ahead next week. So take care. Tune in again next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time here on Blab. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Much love to you all. Thank you. See you next Wednesday.